Hey, what's up, everybody? This is Cam, aka the Honky Tonk Hair Machine for the Rugged Revival. And who am I with today?
Johanna Wacker.
I'm Acelia.
All right. Thank you so much for joining me. So like I said, we keep it short and sweet. So let's just dive into it. So, Joanna,
Let's do it.
where are you from and what was life like for you as a kid?
Oh, okay. Yeah. So I grew up in Queens, New York, which a lot of people are shocked to hear, given that my primary focus is Appalachian folk, as far as like, not for songwriting, but that is my musical foundation. Yeah, I grew up in Queens, New York. My mom's side, they're all New Yorkers, they're Italian. And my dad's side are Appalachian from Virginia. So it was a cool little polarity I had growing up, mostly spending time in the city. And I took the subway to school every day. Like I had a very urban public school experience. And then high school, I went to performing arts high school. So that was really cool. Commuted all the way to Manhattan from Queens. Um, yeah, I guess summers though, they were spent in rural Virginia. I spent a lot of time with my family, and it was around when I was 15 that I was like itching to connect with my roots, especially my Appalachian heritage, because I knew a lot about the Italian side, didn't know really anything about my Appalachian folks. So that was when I started playing the banjo. And it was cool because, yeah, I was bringing my banjo to high school every single day on the subway, and people were constantly like, what is that? That's not a guitar. That looks like different. And it just opened up all these cool conversations with strangers, which is rare in New York too. But it was really cool. Like I found community without even really having to look for it, because anytime there were other like old time musicians or bluegrass musicians, they instantly knew it was a banjo. So I got immersed into the New York folk scene around time I was like 15, 16, and I was already playing venues in the Village and in Brooklyn, Jalopy Theater, Bitter End. So there was lots of music. I grew up not in a musical family, but in a very musically appreciative family. My mom's a huge music fan. Introduced me to a whole wide range of different genres. Yeah, I started in choir, then I started piano, which I don't really play much anymore. But it was songwriting that really, that was my first love in terms of music. I started writing on piano and then guitar, and the rest is history. Yeah.
Abby, what about yourself? So, where are you from? And then what instruments do you play?
Yeah, I grew up in Charlottesville, Virginia.
Mhm.
Um, yeah, I don't have the same interesting background as Johanna, but my parents are from like Boston and Arizona, so they're kind of surprised that they raised such a Southerner. But I got into music, specifically guitar, when I was 15 because it was COVID. I also started writing songs, so I loved writing little ditties in my notes app, but I didn't really have a way to like express them. So I picked up guitar a little bit before COVID started, but then I kind of had a crisis as soon as COVID began.
Mhm.
And yeah, songwriting definitely saved me during that time, and just never stopped doing it.
It's fantastic. Joanna, when did you start performing your original pieces live?
Probably around, okay, the first songwriter like contest I was ever in, I was 12. And I did make it to the semifinals. It was the Waltz Astoria songwriting contest. I don't remember the exact name, but they don't have it anymore. It used to be an annual thing. But it was I was super nervous for it. It ended up going great just because I almost assumed this like different persona the second I stepped on stage. That was the first time I felt really in my element on stage. I was just like, oh, I felt like I was outside myself in a
Mhm.
really nice way. But yeah, then I started gigging around in high school. I was playing, some actual venues, but then also like just doing like bar gigs, breweries, open mics. Constantly had the X's on my hands because I was usually
Yep.
one of the youngest performers. Yeah, lots of
Yeah,
singer
I
songwriter
remember that.
stuff.
Starting
Yeah.
off playing in like hardcore bands, and it's hard to look tough when you're just a kid with the
Yeah.
X's on your hands. Like, oh well, I mean, the straight edge kids were doing it already, so that was cool. Joanna, you play primarily banjo, is that correct?
Yeah, banjo I would say is my primary.
Okay.
Banjo and guitar. Guitar I write more on than banjo, but as far as instrumentals and like technical skills, banjo has been my primary focus.
Now,
Yeah.
I've seen you play live, which is fantastic. Um,
Thank
did
you.
you have two different types of banjos with you?
I did, yeah.
Okay.
So it's interesting because in the old time and like clawhammer community, which is the style I primarily play, most people play open back banjos. I am a huge proponent of playing clawhammer on a resonator banjo, which usually that's more of like the bluegrass designation, like three finger style players play on a resonator. Just lends to a more bright, twangy sound, which is in keeping with that classic bluegrass feel. But I actually like kind of the mix of it. Like you get that twang, but you're also getting the clawhammer rhythm and like the brush feel. Because it's a very driving, like rhythmic strum that we do in clawhammer. So I
Cool.
like to mix it up. I have a lot of different banjos, fretless, resonator, open back.
This girl has like 12 banjos.
Yeah. It's exactly 12. Yep.
It's a hell of a collection. So, Abby,
Yeah.
I've seen some of your teamwork on Instagram. You guys have been writing some songs together, playing together. Abby, what do you think is some of the biggest challenges you face while trying to sing, play guitar, and also make sure you're putting on a entertaining performance all at the same time?
Honestly, that's the easy part. I think for a lot of musicians, some people don't like performing. I love performing, but you kind of just can't think about it. It's like driving stick shift. Like you just know how to do it. It's really not challenging for me. I love it. The harder part is like mentally being a musician and trying to commit to it and keep going. Yeah, that part's easy. I have no issues with the playing at the same time.
Nice. Johanna, would you say it's difficult to switch in a live set from guitar to banjo and vice versa?
It used to be. Not so much anymore. I kind of just view it as like switching between languages. Like I kind of prep my brain when I know I'm going to switch. What I do for sets now is I kind of like lump tunes together based on instrumentation. It makes it more efficient. So I'm not like switching back and forth a lot, switching tunings, but it also just helps my brain. So I'm like in banjo mode for 3 songs, then I'm in guitar mode for 3 songs. Like it helps a lot. Yeah.
It's funny you said the language thing because that's kind of like the first thing that came to my mind is like, oh, it's like she's speaking multiple languages. And it's so impressive to watch people that can not only speak multiple languages, but play multiple instruments. And it blows my mind every time. I think that's super cool.
Yeah.
So for both of you, have either of you done like a ton of touring? Joanna, I know you've played around quite a bit. Abby, I'm new to your music, but have either of you done a ton of touring? And if not, where would you want to tour?
Ooh, I haven't gone on tour. I'm actually still in college, so that's kind of holding me back. I plan to go on tour as soon as I graduate. But where would I want to go on tour? Honestly, since we're both in like the folk scene, I think along the East Coast would be the first thing I would do, and then kind of expand to the rest of the United States.
I agree with that. I'm an East Coaster myself too, so I appreciate that. Joanna, what about you? What do you say about that?
Yeah, very similar deal. I feel like I've done mini tours, like mini runs, especially the one I just did with Arthur Tarambula, our duo, Spirit 47. That was really fun. We did primarily New England and also a couple New York shows. Yeah, I would love to branch out more because I feel like I'm super immersed in the New York scene. I played a lot of venues there, played a lot in New England. But honestly, the Southern venues are ones that I want to get into more. I'm pretty new on the scene here since I just moved to Virginia a few months ago. But yeah, probably Nashville, Virginia, places in North Carolina I've scouted out that would be cool. And then just make the way down the coast all the way to the Keys. There's some awesome places in the Keys.
True.
Out west too, that would be awesome. I know they have a great roots music, Americana, folk scene. So that would be cool. Like do like Colorado, Nevada, California. Yeah. All those places.
Everywhere.
Every state. Yeah.
Yeah.
All of it.
Right on. So let's switch gears a little bit. Let's talk a little bit of hair, fashion, and makeup, if you don't mind.
Ooh, yes.
Tell me about, okay, so we'll start with Joanna. Joanna, tell me about your favorite on-stage attire. your boots, your go-to boots, your go-to hats? What do you like?
Yeah, I'm very passionate about Western wear. I love a good bolo. I have a collection of bolos, and you contributed an awesome bolo to my collection, so thank you.
You're
And a
very
buckle.
welcome.
Yeah, I'm huge into like Western belts, bolo ties. I love a good Stetson. I love cowboy hats. My personal favorite for like jeans, bootcut jeans, or like bell bottoms or flares, and then good pair of cowboy boots. I have a lot of cowboy boots. And I kind of just mix and match. I get a show outfit the day of, just kind of whatever I'm feeling that I feel like will be empowering on stage.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just like all energy. It's a vibe. I'm like, yeah, that vest, that belt, boom, there we go, that hat.
I get that. Abby, what's your go-to when you're stepping out? What do you like to put on?
I just like to look good, honestly. I've been figuring out more of my style right before I met Johanna, like in the last year. I started wearing cowboy boots all the time, growing my cowboy boot collection. And that's around the same time that I decided that I'm a folk, or accepted that I'm a folk artist. So I'm kind of leaning into that. Over the years, it's just been a mix of things, but I have the intention of creating more of a look for myself. But honestly, my hair is my look, just red hair and bangs. It's never going to change. So that kind of carries the outfits.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to say that exact same thing. You have amazing hair. What goes into maintaining such a great hairstyle for you?
Nothing. I actually need a haircut really bad. Yeah, I don't do much for my hair. I got a really fancy haircut 8 months ago. I got a shag. It was $130 haircut, and it changed my life. That's why I'm resisting going to the haircuttery right now and waiting for my next fancy haircut. But it's always been the same look, just not as nicely cut. The bangs have had some difficult phases for sure.
You did go with your bangs.
I do. I cut my own bangs, and I feel like they're okay. But yeah, the shag is my haircut of choice now.
Might know a guy. Johanna might know a guy if you need a haircut.
I do know a guy.
I've been told.
Great on these.
Yeah, no, I would love that
taper here. It's still it is. Look at it; it blends in perfect. Cam,
did you color your hair?
I did. I dyed it back to my natural. Yeah, because we had a lot of look-alike allegations, which isn't even true. It was just because
we don't even look alike.
Yeah, it was just because we both I don't know. I had an auburn thing going from henna, and
I also dyed my hair with henna a little bit darker red. So yeah, we did have the same hair for a bit.
Yeah, and everyone's like, "Y'all look alike." That was the first thing my dad said when he met her.
My dad.
Yeah, our dads were like, "Y'all look alike," and I'm like, "Oh gosh."
What every lesbian wants to.
Yeah, literally.
Well, you guys did a really fun Waylon and Jesse little photo shoot, didn't you?
We did. Yeah. No, it was awesome. We really want to recreate it with in a professional studio, because that was just on the floor with an iPhone.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it looked cool.
Yeah, recreating old country straight people photo shoots as lesbians, I think is really iconic and needs to be done more. So
yeah. There aren't many people.
We're going to do that. We're prepared to be those people.
Yeah.
Lead the charge. Yeah, Johanna, when I saw the photos, oh, how many gallons of hair color did you have to use for this luxurious set of hair?
It took 2 hours. It took me doing it for 2 hours.
Yeah, Abby did it for me.
I'm surprised it was only 2 boxes. I would have thought almost 4.
Well, usually it's supposed to be half a box. Okay. That's what they recommend for normal people.
Yeah, this hair ain't normal. It took she was working at it for over an hour. It was an intense process, but we had Uber Eats on the way to us. So it was incentivizing the whole thing. It was good.
So you're using a henna hair color. What's your go-to shampoo, conditioner, and maybe even styling product?
Oh, it changes a lot. I always am a huge advocate for all natural hair care. I love argan oil. Anything with argan oil that's super hydrating for my ends. That's usually what I use for a leave-in. I used to use pure argan oil. Now I've been using the one that you gave me. was it hardcore hair or something? Or it
So,
was like the beard oil is super good.
yeah, it's a little secret. It's basically just argan oil.
Yeah, it smells so good too.
I'm glad you like it.
It's amazing. I use it pretty much every day.
Awesome.
Yeah, that, and then I've been using, what was the shampoo brand? I think it was Mondays or something. I use them. They're good. They're like all natural for the most part. And yeah, sometimes I use just like Castile soap. That always works really nice. Yeah, all natural.
Are either of you makeup or nails people?
We can't really be nails people because we play instruments. I like to have them cute.
Oh, I love that color. That's a nice color.
Good job.
I do my own nails. I try to make them look salon.
Mine hurt so chic.
Yeah, that's
Great.
a banjo player's nails right there.
Yeah.
But yeah, we can't do acrylics or anything.
Yeah.
Makeup, simple makeup.
Yeah.
Nothing crazy. I think we're both just kind of want to look natural.
Sweet. I dig it. So, folks, this brings us to the end of the road. Like I said, we keep it short and sweet, and I really do appreciate both of you sitting with me. Johanna, where can we find you on the socials?
Yeah, so at Johanna Wacker on Instagram, Johanna Wacker Music on TikTok. If you search my name, Johanna Wacker, on any of the streaming platforms, I'll be up there. Also Bandcamp. Mm-hmm. Yeah, and I have a website.
What about yourself, Abby? Where can we find you?
So I'm Acelia on all platforms, and then my Instagram is AceliaOfficial _ ACELIA. Acelia on TikTok, Acelia on Bandcamp. Yeah,
very cool. Do you guys have anything you want to promote? Like, you have any shows or music coming out?
Oh yeah. Well, we have a show coming up this Saturday in Colonial Beach Brewing, 6 p.m. And then what was the other one? Well, then you have...
And then, Clarendon's.
Yes, Clarendon's we have on the 21st.
Yeah, I saw 3 shows get announced. When was that? So, looks like you have Colonial Beach, February 7th, and then Clarendon's on the 21st. Mm-hmm. And then there's a New York date. When is that?
Yeah, so Cafe Wa, March 20th. It's Trey Wellington and myself, and I'm going to have Acelia featured for harmony, some guitar. Yeah, I'll be doing some EP stuff and album stuff. And yeah, do you want to plug your Broadberry date?
Yeah, I'm playing the Broadberry in Richmond, which is a pretty cool venue, with Kendall Street Company, February 20th. So that should be fun. I'm playing the Meridian on Friday, but that's in Williamsburg. So, then I have an EP coming out. I don't know exactly when, TBD. But yeah, all of the info will be on our Instagrams all the time.
Fantastic. Well, like I said, thanks for joining me. I'm going to end the call now, but stay on the line with me for just a hot second, okay?
Yeah, thanks for having us.
You're very welcome.